What's up, Brewskis? And happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you celebrate it with us.
Yeah.
My name is Marco Dupa. And that guy, that's Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
What's up, Brewskis? What's up, Brewskis?
Tonight's brew is, well, we got another vintage for you guys.
2021.
2021.
Yeah.
And this guy right here, okay, so if you guys have been keeping score, Not So Sober October. Oh, you straight up broke that. Oh, my God, dude. You straight up snapped this glass.
Merry Christmas.
Laser Kitten Apocalypse.
Well, now I got to drink out of it.
Yeah. And you have to drink it from there, too.
Okay, good.
Okay, while... yeah, thank you.
We've got the best staff here.
While that gets taken care of, we'll talk about this brew, 2021. As I was saying, if you're keeping score, Not So Sober October last year was capped off by, I think it was, we ended with this one, did we not? Or was that the year prior?
I think it was the year prior.
One of the years we ended with the Dogfish Head 120-minute IPA.
Yeah.
One of those IPAs that they do every year. And the ABV is somewhere between 15 and 20%.
Yeah.
They don't really know.
Yeah.
And so we decided we were going to let this baby age. And you have some more information on this?
There's actually a cold read on it.
Okay, well, Obi will have
enough,
more of that after the break. What's on tap for tonight? Well, we got some video game news. Some video game news.
Yep.
We're going to talk about the Insomniac leak. If you're paying attention to anything in that realm, you'll know that this was a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that came out.
We'll avoid spoilers for, anything important.
Well, I'll tell you this. I avoided the spoilers.
Me too.
I would.
I was exposed to some things on the internet, as you are.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll keep it light in case you're worried about it. But we'll talk about the news.
What else is on tap?
Call of Duty.
Call Her Duty.
Game we talked about recently. They're coming back in 2025 with a new Black Ops, which is going to be a sequel, apparently, to Black Ops 2, set in the near future.
Very fun.
So people are already speculating what that's going to be like because a lot of people didn't like this year's Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So we're already looking forward.
And last but not least, this is our Christmas episode, and so we're just going to talk about some Christmassy stuff, saying the spread the Christmas cheer.
Yeah.
All right?
With the Christmas beer.
With the Christmas beer.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. This is episode 411 of the One Beer In podcast. You didn't replace the glass? Some assistant you are. Yeah.
Complimenting our staff here.
Yeah. Let me have it, dude. You don't need it. You're breaking glasses left and right. What do you need it for?
That's why I need it. Would you like it out of this one, or do you want?
I want this one. This would match my bottle opener, my vintage Budweiser bottle opener. I have a vintage Budweiser bottle opener. And I could take this to work and be like, "This is all I'm going to drink out of from now on." No, because what would happen is I would smash it.
Yeah, of course,
for sure.
Of course, inevitably, or someone would smash it for you.
Someone would be like, "Oh, what's this?" and then drop it. All right.
Cheers.
Goodness gracious. That doesn't even taste like an IPA anymore.
No, it's like it really doesn't. I didn't connect that, but no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it still has like hoppy overtones, but we'll talk about it later. It coats the throat. Yeah.
Okay, this is the One Beer In podcast, the podcast where two brews crack open a brew or two, and we see where those one brews take us.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 411. Obi, you got some more stuff on this Dogfish Head?
I do. I was happy to see that we have a cold read. This is the Dogfish Head 120-minute IPA, the Imperial India Pale Ale. It does say on the bottle right here, age as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, anybody who thinks that we're just like throwing shit in the fridge and forgetting about it,
No.
You're only half right.
Sure. No, we remembered the first time to throw it in there, then we forgot about it.
Right.
Which is what you have to do, because it's kind of like Christmas, like the present's there, but you kind of have to forget about it until Christmas morning.
You gotta just look away. Look away.
So that's what we've done with these bottles. This one is from, like I said, 2021, and the cold
21?
read goes as follows. What you have here is the holy grail for hopheads. This beer is continually hopped over a 120-minute boil and then dry hopped for over a month. Enjoy now or age for a decade or so.
For a decade?
We couldn't wait that long.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize they were like, leave it alone for 10 years.
That might not be exactly accurate.
I don't know what would happen with that after 10 years. 2 years and it's already in a place where I'm like, I don't know what's going on there.
It would look like those, like the excavations they do when they find like a pirate ship. And they find like a bottle of scotch that's
Did you see they found that ship, some Colombian ship or... Now I just sound like a fucking crazy person. They found a ship in the ocean.
Have you seen the ship, the Colombian ship?
They found some ship that's worth like millions and millions of dollars. They just found it. And
is it like full of treasure or?
Yeah,
wow.
I don't know what happens with stuff like
bullion
that.
or whatever.
Who? I guess if you can figure out what country of origin it's from, all that money just goes back to that country.
Does it?
Or
that would suck.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know what you do with shit like that. Do you like take it to a museum? Do you auction it off? Do you? Because I mean, it's like, gold doubloons and things like that down there, and like treasure.
Right.
And just the value of the ship itself.
Yeah. Well, as an archaeological find, I would assume there's like a ton of museums and stuff that are willing to pay whatever price is asked for that stuff.
It's so silly, man. What a life we lead, man. You go out to the ocean and there's just like gold coins sitting down there at the bottom, and you find them and you just come back up and you're like, look at these things I found. They're pretty and nice and shiny. And then some government's like, that's ours.
It was on the way to us.
And we created these lines, right? We all as a planet decided on these lines. Wink, wink. Only about 4 of us decided on these lines.
Yeah. We told other people what these lines are.
And
they'll be fine, don't worry.
And now whatever you find is mine.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Imagine all the people.
Okay, let's get into this. Let's talk about Insomniac.
Why do we always get so sad on Christmas episodes? What's going on? What's going on?
I don't know, man. It's the end of the year, and I don't know.
Yeah, you get a little melancholy.
Well, you just start. I guess you start taking inventory about the year prior, and these past couple of years just haven't been. I'll say this. Good things have happened this year. Good things have happened in our personal lives. Good things have happened. Yeah. Not as a society. Yeah. I think nothing really good has happened.
It's been a rough year.
Worse things have happened.
Been a rough year globally.
Yeah. And I think whatever mental state you're in kind of dictates how much the rest of that stuff is going to affect you, I guess.
Yeah.
Like you take in more of that negativity when you are in a bad place. Of course. I guess for me personally, and I guess it goes for you too, but when you're just you're like thinking about how shitty your life is, and then you're like, and also politics suck too. And also child labor laws. And also there's still slaves, things like that.
Yeah.
And then when you're in a better mental place, you're like, man, those things suck, but also like
things are going pretty good for me though.
Looking pretty good. Sorry. Everything's coming up Millhouse for me.
Yeah. Sorry,
not everything.
Empath.
Things are so it's like I don't know.
It's okay to be happy.
Yeah. I have to tell myself that.
Yeah.
I have to tell myself that. It's easier as an artist to be sad. Those emotions are easier to harvest. Happy emotions are harder to write about because they're always corny.
Sure.
to me.
Well, yeah. Well, that's insecurity, because happy emotions are just as valid as sad ones,
Yeah.
and can be just as interesting. I found, actually. I used to think the same way. I used to think that only sadness, depression, strife, all these things were the only interesting topics. They do add drama, which is important, but happiness is good too.
Somebody's been watching Ted Lasso.
Well, I got some of that inspiration. Like I was talking to you off mic last week about, I've been listening to the audiobook. This is a recommendation for all you readers and listeners out there. The Stephen King book, the famous Stephen King book about writing. He, former addict. Well, I guess you're always an addict if you're an addict. But now sober.
You hear that, Stephen King?
You're an addict. He knows. But currently, sober guy, been sober for a while. And he said that he kind of bought into the mystique of like the depressed, dark, always, on drugs or drunk writer cliche.
Yeah.
And that really, like, the only way you can be successful in this artistic realm is to be be this like dark, sullen, troubled person. And he's like, I've found I can still write even if I'm not, hammered or, super high on coke.
Yeah.
And I believe now that every one of those writers that I looked up to who were addicts themselves or depressed or whatnot could have very easily done the same work, if not better, if they did so sober. Like, it's still within you. You don't, like, that stuff isn't what makes you an artist. That's within you inherently, and something that you craft over time and get better at. A lot of people, it's like, like, there are so many different kinds of addicts. Like, you can be an artistic addict, you can be a homeless addict, you can be an addict who goes to a 9-to-5 job. Like, you're just a person who does a thing. Yeah. You can still do the thing without being, chronically on the thing that is holding you down. Yeah. Or the thing that, you're looking at as interesting because, you're afraid of being too happy. Yeah. Yeah. So I like to sprinkle that into my own mental mantras of the day of, like, you don't have to be dark, man. It's okay.
You don't have to be dark today, man.
You can be happy. It's all right. Allow yourself. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. There you go. Allow yourself a Merry Christmas.
There you go. Even if things are, crumbling around the world, you have to allow yourself some happiness, even if there's a lot of darkness out there.
All right. I'll try to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at writing happy songs. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
They just come off like, ooh, look at me.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
And then it's always like this big cheesy stupid smile. Like in the song, you can hear it. Just the what a it's great.
There isn't. I will say there, as a genre, there aren't many happy hip hop songs.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's the other thing. Because they come across like any happy hip hop song is usually more of just like a shit talking, like, we're having a good time. Yeah. There are positive hip hop songs, and there are happy. Happy's a different emotion. Happy's a different emotion from a positive song.
Yeah.
Like, you can make a song that has a positive message doesn't necessarily have to be a happy song. And you can make a happy song, but that emotion just comes across sometimes like, I just can't think of any other word other than corny.
Yeah. Well, I think hip hop is generally a genre based on oppression, based on fighting against a status quo. Yeah. Most of the time. But I think it can work. I think it can work in the way that, like, there's positive punk and there's positive metal. Yeah. Without it being corny. You just have to kind of find a way to do that without it coming off insincere or ingenuous, where it just, because otherwise that happy. You know, there's always something.
Yeah.
But
you can make the song "Happy" by Pharrell.
it's true.
Everybody, I mean, and people just turned on that song, man.
Because it got too big for its britches.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's not like it was his fault.
No, it's
the song
not.
was
No.
just successful, and people wanted to put it in commercials and shit.
I mean, I'm sure he was crying all the way to the bank. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I think
sure
Pharrell
he was real
Williams is
upset
doing
about it.
just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he's more than happy that Happy did.
But people are
Too
like,
good.
I mean, they tear into that song. You know, we'll talk more about best and worst songs, especially in the holiday season.
Yeah.
But that one's really interesting to me to see. Like, people just were like, all right, we get it.
Yeah.
Like, people are so sad and angry at the fact that this guy's like, oh, I'm happy.
Well, that's the thing too. You have to consider when you're making a happy song, is that if it ever reaches someone who's not happy,
Yeah, they're...
look, if you're in a bad mood and somebody you're working with comes in like smiling and
yeah.
chipper and like, I had the best day of my life, it's the last thing you want to hear.
That's true.
So I think that's where a lot of that disdain comes from.
That song is the embodiment of your happy coworker
Yeah.
coming in
Yeah.
and saying, like, you guys wouldn't believe the weekend I had.
Yeah.
Me and the missus.
Oh my God, how are you?
We went on a fishing trip. Oh my God.
Hey, smile more.
Smile more.
You look so sad. Why don't you cheer up?
Also, the song's called Happy, and the chorus goes, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
it's not even a good lyric.
No, it's not.
It's not a good lyric. It's not a good song.
No.
It's a fun song.
Sure.
Lyrically, it's not. You know what? We're spending too much time on this.
Happy, yeah.
Let's we could spend excuse me, we could spend a whole bit on Happy.
It's true.
And like, is it a good or bad song?
Yeah. How does it make us feel? Does it make us feel happy?
Does it make me feel happy? I mean, it does.
It's cheerful.
It makes me
Yeah.
feel happy.
Yeah.
I like.
It's
but
light. It's bouncy.
I also am like a really big fan of Pharrell.
Yeah.
So, I like his. I can admit that he's a corny songwriter sometimes.
Sure.
I don't think lyrically he's that. He's not that. I think he thinks he's deeper than he actually is when you listen to some of his like.
Is it the big hat?
There's a lot of brain going on up there, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought that was more thought provoking than
Big-
it actually
big
was.
hat energy,
Big hat energy.
Yeah.
Especially in NERD. Listen
Oh,
to the
of
NERD
course.
lyrics. You're like, come on, brother. Rethink that one.
I think that's always been my the thing that's kept me from being like an all out NERD fan. Like I like NERD. I do. Nothing against them.
Well,
But-
what you're about to say is against them.
One thing against that is that listening to the albums, like, you know, the singles and stuff, obviously, you know, perfection for what they're going for. But listening to the albums all the way through, I'm like,
No, it's very, very cringy.
but interesting sonically, and that's what makes it, you know, worth your while.
Right, and that's what Pharrell does. That's
Yeah.
why anytime he makes something and he's on it, you're like, he should have just gave that to somebody else, probably.
Yeah. It's the typical like producer thing, right?
Yeah.
Like the producer wants to be an artist but doesn't have the chops.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's only really worked out for Havoc and Mobb Deep. Kanye
is the biggest example.
Obviously. I mean, it's not really working out anymore, but
Dr. Dre,
Dr. Dre, but even him, like, it's,
much better producer than. I mean, he's not even really a rapper. I don't.
well,
think
that's what I'm
he's-
saying. Like, I don't think he's been super secretive about having most of his songs ghostwritten for him too.
No, I don't think he. Yeah.
So
he makes no bones about the fact that like most of his stuff is written by other people.
Sure.
I mean, Kanye though now is pretty much Alchemist. Alchemist is for a long time for pretty much the majority of his career was just a producer, but he started off as a rapper again, and you know.
He made First Infantry.
First Infantry. Yeah. And like his most recent stuff, he rapped on that last EP. It was pretty good. And he rapped on Larry June's album, and he rapped on. He's did some stuff with Hit Boy, and you know he basically sounds like Rock Marciano, which you know he's. Anyway, let's talk about this Insomniac leak.
All right.
Thank you guys for indulging us.
Yeah.
And
we needed that.
Yeah.
You know?
I think all of that just was flowing, and
that was our
help
present
that.
from you to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Hit the people with the news.
So according to TheVerge.com, Wolverine part of a massive Insomniac Games leak after ransomware deadline passes. The Riceta ransomware group demanded $2 million before releasing over 1.3 million files with employees' personal information and details on upcoming games. That's by John Porter, a reporter with The Verge.
He's the Porter reporter.
The Porter reporter.
I, for one, am impressed with Insomniac going, we don't negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
That's crazy, man. It had employees' personal information, and they were like, so the fuck what? Do it.
we will pay for their coverage for 10 years.
Oh, man. It's
of people trying to steal their identities. Which I don't know if it's true or not. I assume that they're getting some protection for that. Because apparently, like, they had people's, like, passports and stuff scanned. And, like,
that's wild.
I'm sure, like, banking info, you know.
Oh, I mean, they're fucked.
Yeah.
They're fucked.
It's a big one. That doesn't work.
No.
But I mean, yeah, it's a huge, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with any of, like, the other leaks that have happened in the past few years. This has to be one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot even compare this really to anything else, any other leak that's happened in the past 5 years, I'd say. Because not only the personal information, which is obviously the most important. In
okay.
I'm really, I feel for them.
I know.
I really like Spider-Man too. But despite, like, the personal information that's been leaked here, which is obviously a huge issue, their entire sort of plan for the next 10 years was leaked as well, including like early footage of the Wolverine game that people have been anticipating for years now. And yeah, their entire roadmap for what they expect to release in the upcoming years, which I'm not going to talk about that aspect of it because I don't want to spoil it for people who, are looking forward to hearing that from their own mouths.
Yeah.
When it's time. And again, chances are this is a 10-year plan. Chances are it's going to change.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely going to change now. Even if they were able to stay on that road for as long for the next 10 years, at this point, I mean, I don't know how you don't just go back to the drawing board on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Some of it is obviously impossible because they're too far along in development.
That's the thing is, like, these are, especially a studio like Insomniac that works with Sony and is one of the prominent studios for Sony.
Yeah.
It's a big ship to steer.
It's the last thing that fucking Sony needs right now. It's for one of their biggest developers to have
deal with this. Yeah. So, I just think from a human perspective, it's really unfortunate. Obviously, from a business perspective, sucks as well. Do I think it's going to end up being that big of a problem down the road? I don't think so, because everything that they've released is in such an early state that you can't sort of pass judgment on it in the way that you could when the Last of Us 2 leaked.
Yeah.
Right before launch.
Yeah. Where
people saw the entire game and were leaking spoilers and leaking actual footage of the finished game.
Yeah.
This one, like, I didn't want to see it, but it came across my X thread, my
don't
Twitter.
Call it X.
I'm sorry. It's a terrible name.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah, and we're not going to give it to him. Don't even, like, he doesn't deserve the grace of calling it what he. No, it's Twitter, and his mama named him Twitter. I'm gonna call him Twitter.
Okay, on Twitter, I was scrolling through as I do, and
the least you could. I mean, I guess you could do X, formerly known as Twitter.
Sure.
That's what all these articles do now, which is fucking hilarious. That Twitter was so ubiquitous and just so tied into the culture that even now, it's been months since he changed the name. And you have to still, these articles still will say X, formerly known as Twitter. Because what the fuck is X?
You can't brand a letter, man.
He's a fucking moron, dude.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. And he's just so stupid.
He's maybe the smartest dumb guy.
I don't even think he's that smart. I don't even believe he's that smart anymore.
Well, the internet has other opinions.
Yeah, well, fuck you.
Okay. Well,
listen, if you're an Elon fanboy, fuck you. I don't care. I'm fine with that.
yeah.
I don't speak for both of us. I speak for myself when I say go fuck
Well,
yourself.
no, if you are a fanboy, I would say,
Fuck you.
see you later, pal. How about that?
The diplomacy.
Yeah, we try to
It's what keeps this show,
try to balance.
Keeps this ship
It's
afloat.
about balance, my friends. But yeah, no, I think that in the long road here, looking at it from a farther perspective, I really don't see this being, a death knell for anything happening right now. I think they're gonna have to shift some stuff around. I think the people who are critiquing like the pre-alpha footage of Wolverine are clowns. I think you need to hang up your Twitter handle and go to bed because, like, what are you doing? Like, this stuff wasn't even meant for the public. Give them a chance,
Right. Well, like when people were critiquing the GTA stuff.
Oh yeah, when
it's
that
like the
leaked
game's
too.
not even remotely close to done.
Yeah, but I mean, even in comparison, that game, they're pretty close in their production, I would assume.
Yeah.
Based on release dates that are floated around. Well, actually, not even. I think Wolverine's even even earlier than that. So to like, there's there's bare bones animation in these things, like, and granted, even from what I was exposed to that I didn't even try to look for, it looked pretty cool. Looked pretty cool. But yeah, man, I think the worst thing you can do as a consumer of games and gaming news, the worst thing you can do in this leak is put it back on the developers somehow and being like, oh, you're exposed, this sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to any of these things.
Yeah.
Shut up. It's not the time, man.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it's like with any artistic endeavor. If somebody was looking over your shoulder if you just started painting and somebody was looking over your shoulder drop the bottle cap, while you were first strokes, blending colors, trying to figure out trying to really understand what you're trying to say with this thing.
See it.
And somebody was over your shoulder going, I don't know about that first stroke.
I don't like that color very much.
I don't know about that color.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. It's like it's just way too early to start critiquing people.
Yeah.
If I just started writing a song and like the first bar, someone was like,
rough.
You're gonna start it like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Or like you're halfway through your script, first draft.
Yeah.
And somebody reads and is like, that's dumb.
That's what the character says.
It's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
It is dumb.
Yeah.
It is dumb.
I'm doing the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so you just I have no judgment on any of the stuff that I've seen so far because I think it's bullshit to, I mean, like you said, like you can't judge these guys and girls off of this right now. You have to give them more time to work on this kind of stuff.
Right. And again, like, I think it's just it's such a shitty guy thing to do when these employees right before the holidays had their personal information leaked. And the projects they've already been working on for probably years at this point, and need to continue to work on for years, continuing in an industry that's famously turbulent, to now have to deal with this.
Yeah,
like, are you kidding? And to now have to see on Twitter the people judging their work, their like first draft work. Are you kidding me right now?
Well, I mean, the gaming industry is filled with just shitty, douchebaggy guys who.
That's why I never want to be called a gamer. Like, that evokes such a negative stereotype.
They're the worst.
Yeah,
they're the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, everything from Gamergate and beyond. They're just it pulls in the worst person. And you don't want to be associated with these guys because it's like. They just kind of represent the worst parts of nerd culture. Yeah. Not to say that all gamers, obviously, I'm not talking about every person every person that considers himself a gamer. No. Yeah. But the people that are doing this, you suck.
Yeah.
You suck.
Yeah. Not to mention the hackers suck. Like, why I've seen this tweet before, but like, why go after like a creative endeavor like this when you could go after like banks and like other institutions that are like anti people?
Yeah.
And not just trying to make cool
but see, that's the thing. It's like a lot of times, that's why I think a lot of these not anonymous specifically, but organizations and groups
like
that are anonymous
groups.
adjacent. Yeah. A lot of times they're full of shit.
Sure.
A lot of times they're just like everybody else, and they just want money.
Yeah.
And they just want more opportunities.
Sure.
They don't want to better the lives of the people around them. They don't want to better the lives of their community. They don't want a better society.
Yeah.
They just want money like everybody else. So they sit there and they talk a bunch of shit about being anti-capitalist and being anarchist and things like this. And, we're going to cause chaos. And then they go after a company like Insomniac.
Right.
They didn't even go after a company like Activision or like Bethesda or something.
Right.
Like, they go after Insomniac.
We are Xbox hackers.
Like,
Sorry, Sony ponies.
yeah, it's crazy. Or like EA.
Yeah.
I swap EA and Bethesda. I mean, although Bethesda, it is a small company, but not to say that any company deserves.
No one
to be
deserves
hacked.
this. Let's put an asterisk
exactly.
up here.
Nobody
We're not
deserves
condoning
them. Yeah.
anyone hacking anyone.
But it's just
especially I think especially the egregious act of releasing individual people's information.
Absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
is
any company, big or small.
Yeah.
You don't go after the individual
No.
employees.
That's reprehensible.
Yeah,
you don't
those,
do that.
Those are people that just want a job, man.
Sure.
And not for nothing, but they're creating the thing that you pretend to care about.
Yeah.
So why does programmer A deserve to get his information splashed across the internet, his life ruined?
Yeah.
Because you want to, man. Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's a shitty situation all around. It sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess Insomniac had it in their minds that this wasn't a big enough deal to deal with. Because I remember a couple days ago, they were like that they were threatened with the information getting released.
Yeah.
And I didn't see a statement from Insomniac, but they were. I guess they just were like, "Do it."
Yeah.
Do it. What do you like? Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah, according to this article on The Verge that I mentioned earlier, it ends with a quote from Ricida, I should say, the hacker group. It says, when contacted by Cyber Daily, a representative from Ricida said that its attack was motivated by money. Quote, we knew that developers making games like this would be an easy target, they said. So...
I mean, at least they're honest about the fact that they're not trying to better society or anything. They're just like, listen, we want money. You know what?
Seems pretty blatant, yeah.
I respect that more than pretending like you're bettering anything. You're just like, listen, no, we hacked this company because we wanted money.
Yeah.
But again, why not hack EA or Rockstar or Activision or just big AAA studios?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
not to say that Insomniac's not a big AAA studio, but they're like, there's bigger studios out there.
There are bigger, yeah. Well, and then like publishers and stuff who are even bigger than a lot of these studios. Yeah, I think the main thing here is that the bigger studios, I think, have better security because they can afford it. You see? So if I were Sony right now, I would be assuring all of our partners, all of our subsidies and smaller studios and everyone who's under the PlayStation banner that we are going to allocate X amount of money in the next year to ensure this never happens again. And if you're working with PlayStation, you are in a safe haven.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do if I were Sony, but I'm not making that kind of money. So
we'll see. If you guys are interested in seeing any of the leaks, you can do your own research. We're not going to post or talk about any of the actual stuff that got leaked.
Yeah.
Save for the Wolverine thing.
Sure. But that was already announced. Yeah. We already knew that was coming.
Yeah. And I saw some of the clips from it, and I can see some of like people's criticisms of it. But again, it's just like you said, it's just way too early to talk
Are you
about
kidding
that game.
me? Like everything can change at this point.
it's just unfair to talk about a game that early, you know. And I'm trying to avoid everything else.
Yeah. I saw that, and I saw the release schedule for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I didn't see the release schedule, so I'm.
Well, let me tell you.
Did you see? Obviously, you saw the Kill the Suicide Squad leak.
Yes.
So, what studio is making that? Do you know?
Isn't that the same studio that did the Batman series?
Yeah, well, I know that the story
obviously it's wrapped under WB,
but it's still the same Batman. Yeah.
Yeah. Kill the Suicide.
Kill the Justice League.
The Justice League. Let's see here. Rocksteady Studios.
Rocksteady.
Yes,
That's right.
Under
Rocksteady.
WB Games.
Yeah.
Who made the Batman Arkham Knight series? Yeah.
So
or Arkham series.
The actual plot of the game is to kill the Justice League, right?
Yeah.
And all these people are like, I can't believe
you're having us kill Batman.
And people are like, yeah man. The game's called Kill the
Justice League. Yeah.
I am so... I don't know, man. People... I think this is just a lesson for anybody in just going forward. Listen, you got to stop wrapping your entire life around one or two things. Like these people who are like, I'm a Marvel fanboy, and the only movies that I've seen are the 30 some odd Marvel movies, and then a smattering of other movies.
Get really into a team like a normal person,
right? Exactly.
Just be a diehard.
Base your life around the fucking Phillies or something.
Sure,
you know,
that's more acceptable.
Yeah, just the idea that your whole personality and your life is going to be based around Batman. People are like, I can't believe that Kevin Conroy's last performance is going to be him getting killed by... It's like, bro...
You don't have to play it, man.
Grow up.
Yeah, you don't have to play it. It's all right.
How old are you?
Yeah.
Dude, if a grown adult was like, can you believe that Kevin Conroy's last performance is going to be in this video game where he gets killed for being a bad guy, I'd beat the shit out of you.
I'd turn into Batman.
I would turn into Batman and beat you to a pulp.
It's the Bat!
You guys, some of these people, you deserve to be bullied.
Yeah.
You deserve to be, you deserve to have somebody grab you by the ankles and shake you while you're upside down, and all your lunch money falls out of your pockets, and then I get to go buy.
On top of a building in Jotham City.
In Jotham City?
In Jotham City. That's how you pronounce it? Jotham City. Yeah.
Oh my God, this it's IPA, man.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Jotham City.
Feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, sorry, you guys don't deserve to be. You deserve to be bullied, but not beat to death.
No, of course not.
I went too far.
Batman wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that.
No.
But you deserve to be bullied for
Bricks
sure.
and bones.
If you're gonna base your life around this, it's just I saw so many tweets of people devastated by this news.
I googled obviously "Kill the Justice League" just now, and the perspectives section of this Google search, which is just a bunch of YouTube videos. The first one I'm seeing here is Suicide Squad leak ruins Batman.
Ruins Batman.
Yeah.
Ruins him.
Yeah.
You got three of the best.
It
games
ruins the
ever
Arkham
made.
series. Yeah. Okay.
Oh God, guys, just you gotta just grow up, man.
Let it go.
You just gotta grow up.
Let it go.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Can't, they just headcanon it.
Sure,
Just put it in a different universe. I mean, is the game really set after the Rocksteady, the Arkham Knight series? I don't know. Here's the thing. Also, I didn't watch this leak either, or read into any of this stuff either. Because
me neither.
I didn't want to have that game spoiled for me. What if I want to play that game?
Exactly.
I'm not really that interested in Kill the Justice League, but it looks kind of fun.
Yeah.
I play that game.
The latest updated versions of what they're showing looks better than what they showed originally, which just looked like a kind of like a looter shooter, kind of shoot the targets kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which was kind of lame. But yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see what Rocksteady does because everything they've done so far has been killer.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you know,
I don't know. Yeah.
It's a dark side of fandom.
Yeah. I mean, if there is a fandom in video games that's worse than comic book video games, then it's probably Call of Duty video fans. Just because and I say we because I'm also a Call of Duty fan.
Call of Duty.
We are like in an abusive relationship.
Yeah. That's how I feel whenever I clock in more than like an hour a night into Call of Duty.
It's like we get taken advantage of.
She hates it. She hates it. Yeah. I get into like, you don't even get into like the Call of Duty zone where it's like, just give me the next one, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, buddy.
I'm on the treadmill and I can't get off.
Yeah, angry.
He gets really irritable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I get mad.
Look, she walks in front of the screen.
I mean, you don't walk in front of the screen.
Are you kidding me?
There's so much walking room. Float, jump, slide.
Crawl!
Slide cancel. Crawl. What are you talking about?
Go prone.
Go prone. Don't fucking walk in front of the screen. Are you kidding me? Dude, I get that gamer sweat going. I get mad.
Yeah.
Dude, I've broken controllers.
I've heard you break controllers. I've heard you scream.
He's been around. When we used to live together, the kind of noises that I used to make.
You'd come home late and the door would close and I would hear but for like 3 hours.
Yeah. I mean, that's... Huh?
He never checked it on you?
No,
I knew what was happening.
Going
yeah,
on.
I knew what was going on.
He didn't need to check in on me.
Yeah, no.
And
I'd pop in occasionally and be like, hey, shut the fuck up.
Calm it down a little bit. Just shut the fuck up. My bad. But,
yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. I broke 2 controllers and a headset that I can remember. Yeah. One controller, dude. If you want to talk about like real gamer anger, gamer rage.
Yeah.
I broke a controller by squeezing it so hard.
Yeah.
I didn't smash it. I
Squeeze
twisted and I squeezed, and then the letters. I mean the buttons were like they just pop. And that was it. I couldn't use that controller anymore. So to the naked eye, you're like, oh, it's just a regular controller, but like the insides were all like a wrung out rag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get mad.
Blood came out of it.
It starts bleeding. Oh man. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I was like, you know what, maybe I should take a break a little bit and play some like narrative driven games, some stuff that like's not gonna piss me off that much.
Yeah.
You know, because Call of Duty and Overwatch made me like sick with anger.
Yeah.
Sick with anger. I was, you know, it's just yeah.
He would get mad at me for asking him to stop. Like,
Well, I mean, don't do that.
I'll be in the middle of a match. I'm like, I can't quit now.
Yeah, you can't just quit out of the game.
after 5 hours of playing.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, in between,
Let me finish.
but you can't just quit out of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Not if you got a couple of, you know, you got a nice little streak going.
She made me quit a game to walk Celine.
Oh man.
Like quit mid game.
I'd break up with you. I'd call it quits.
This close.
Call it
This
quits.
close.
Get out of my apartment, toots. I got Call of Duty to play.
Unbelievable. But all I have to say,
Yeah.
Call of Duty
We're going back in.
is toxic.
It's very toxic.
Very toxic.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Well, according to GameSpot.com via Evan Campbell, Call of Duty 2025 will be a Black Ops 2 sequel.
Blops.
Don't confuse this with the rumored Black Ops game set during the Gulf War planned for 2024.
Oh, how could you confuse it?
Don't do that.
It's definitely not a confusing thing to do.
Don't do that. So we're getting two Black Ops games back to back. So we're getting one set in the Gulf War next year, and then one set in the near future, the year after.
The Gulf War one sounds pretty cool. I think that they're just banking on the name Black Ops. I think it's bullshit.
Oh, for sure,
I think
yeah.
it's bullshit to just be like, yeah, we made a really good game.
Because that's the only one that's not tarnished at this point, right? Like World War II, they fucked up with the one that came after that.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare, they fucked up with 3 for a lot of people. I still, clearly.
But not just
addicted.
that, but like you have to think about this too. Now that they've done this reboot thing where they're like, we're just going to restart the series.
Yeah.
You have to know that at some point they're going to get back to Infinite Warfare,
Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare,
and Advanced Warfare, right? And that's what it seems like they're.
Will there be a Ghost 2?
So
or a remake of Ghost?
So are we just waiting for them to get back to? They're like, maybe you guys weren't ready for it 10 years ago, but maybe you're ready for it now.
I don't think they're going to do it. Maybe Advanced Warfare, where it's essentially Titanfall. But I don't see them going back to like Ghosts and.
Why can't there just be Titanfall, man? You know, just give me Titanfall.
I saw somebody say after the latest the video game awards.
Did you Game Awards? We didn't even talk about those.
True. Some games won some prizes, man.
That's right.
And there were a lot of ads. But somebody said, because there was a rumor that the studio behind Titanfall was going to release something new, like a new trailer. And people were like, Titanfall.
Start taking over the show.
Yeah, it wasn't Titanfall.
Titanfall. What was it?
I don't know. I don't even know exactly what it was, because as soon as I found out it wasn't Titanfall, I'm like, don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
just make Titanfall 3,
please, man. But yeah, so I saw I think it was a tweet that was like, I'm gonna end it now because it's not Titanfall 3. Yeah, people want
Seriously,
Titanfall. People want Titanfall.
I've never seen. I don't know if I've ever in my life, in my 33 years on this planet, seen a game so popular.
Yeah.
Not just
beloved. Like Titanfall 2 wasn't that popular when it first came out.
True, that's a better.
That's the problem.
But they've made and remade an entire series of games.
Yeah.
And you're telling me you can't just finish the trilogy?
With
just
the power
3.
of EA behind them. Not to mention the fact that the Titanfall lore is stronger than ever.
Yeah.
Thanks to not Overwatch. What's it called?
Apex Legends.
Apex Legends.
Dude, the crossover event of Titanfall and Apex would be.
Are you kidding me?
Crazy.
Because Apex is set after the events of Titanfall already. Titanfall 2 already. Like, just do something either right after during the time of Apex Legends, or right before Apex Legends, and tie it all together.
You know what they could do? They could do something like Battlefront, where you're playing as grunts, where you create your own class, and whatever, and then once as a kill streak,
you get a hero.
You get heroes and you get mechs.
Yeah.
Game writes itself.
The whole idea of you playing as a mech and then having the option to hop out of that mech and just be a regular grunt, or like run around as a first person shooter.
Yeah.
After that, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
I'm flabbergasted at the idea that they couldn't figure out how to make that work.
People are still playing Titanfall 2 online. I went earlier this year online. I'm like, people still playing around here? And they were.
It kind of makes me want to jump in.
And it's just as fun as it ever was.
I might have to jump back into that.
We were very early Titanfall adopters.
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I just want to say, for the record, we were on Titanfall
at
day one.
Drop.
Day fucking one.
Titanfall 1.
This was a Titanfall household.
Titanfall 1.
Yeah. So we've been in this, baby. We've been in this.
We would drink bad vodka and play Titanfall.
Titanfall, man. We were on this shit from the jump. We might as well have been in the studio helping make the game. We was on top of this shit.
Seriously, yeah.
So yeah, this right here is real love. Mary J. Blige. We want
real love.
Titanfall 3 like I want, like I love some relatives.
Yeah.
I want that game.
Yeah. Agreed.
So,
but we're not getting that. What we're getting is Black Ops 3? Question mark?
Yeah. Black Ops 3 and then Black Ops 3.
And no, Black Ops the Gulf War,
and then Black Ops 3. So Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 3.
What if Black Ops Gulf War is they misspell it and it's just a golf game?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone has big heads. Nice shot.
I was watching some clip of it's one of my favorite episodes of The Simpsons of all time when he wants to play the he wants to get the Mortal Kombat game. It's not Mortal Kombat, obviously. It's something else.
Sure.
And they get him the golf game at the end of the episode. It's a great episode. It's one of the best episodes. But at the end, I remember I was a kid. I still remember this. The credits roll, and as the credits are rolling, instead of it doing the dun, 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 it's a clip from the game. And it's just like this guy, his golf simulator. And it's a putting challenge, and it's like somebody's putting challenge, and he's like, and it's just like a computer game, and it's like, should I suggest a putter? And it's like, you pick 9-iron. Do you want a putter? 9-iron. then he just rock it into the fucking parking lot, and then he just turns the game off, and it's just like it's so funny, and it's so apt, and it's so like that era of video games and shit, man. Simpsons always gets it right.
It's true. That's why I have my Duff Surly.
There you go.
Right there. I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, it's too light. There you go. Push it forward.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
One of the benefits of living in Orlando. You can go to Springfield.
Blops and blops.
Blops and blops.
Blops and blops.
Blops on blops on blops.
Blops on blops on blops.
Yeah. So are you excited for this sequel to Black Ops 2?
No.
Set in 2030?
No.
A semi-future...
Well, because Black Ops was always... And we've talked... I don't know if we talked about this recently. Black Ops was always like a Cold War game.
Well, they went into the future eventually.
They did. And
3 and 4, I think, were like future warfare.
But that's when
the
game started to fall off.
Yeah.
And Blackout was dope, but Blackout was not Black Ops.
Sure. It turned into something greater than its parts.
Yeah. So Blackouts 3 and 4, I mean, I know some people like 3, but I think 4 universally is like, meh. I mean, you lose the essence of these games when they're just like, we're going to keep doing them. We're going to redo them. We're going to bring them back.
The question now for me, at least, is like, where do they go from here? Other than, they have the Gulf War, obviously. Which, even the Gulf War, I'm like, what do you do with that? Because it wasn't like this long, sustained war.
Yeah.
It was essentially super one-sided.
They're running out of ideas, man.
Like,
plain and simple, they're running out of ideas.
They can do like a full-on Vietnam game, which they already touched on with Black Ops before that. But we've kind of already gone to that well.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's okay to just accept the fact that like American war isn't that long for you to just keep making video games about.
Yeah, well, especially for like what keeps people coming back to play it, which is like more so the add-ons, the skins, the being able to upgrade your weapon, which is very modern.
But all these games are suffering from the same thing, which is that like after a while, what more can you do? Let's say you just make Modern Warfare. You just make the game. And then you update that game year after year. It's the same thing with all these sports games. Why make Madden over and over and over again when you can make the definitive Madden, which in my opinion, when they got to Madden 25, just that be the definitive game, and then you just upgrade from there until you get to obviously new hardware, and then you have to make a new game.
Sure.
But when you're on the same hardware, why do you need to make a game year in and year out?
Well, it's the whole idea like that they presented about like GTA, making it just a platform that you play on.
Yeah.
Obviously not happening, but something along the lines of like a Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike Go was a thing for decades, and now we're at Counter-Strike 2. Counter-Strike 2 is now presented as its own platform that it will grow upon for years and years.
It's insane that there's only 2 of those games.
Yeah.
Officially.
3 technically,
but when you
Counter-Strike Go,
right,
and then
CS3. But when you think about the fact that like that game is, like you said, has been going on for so long,
decades,
and there's only 3 technically, that's insane. And studios like this are only in it, no matter what they say, They're only in it for the profit.
Well,
They'll make a dog shit game
Yeah.
just to have something out in the year.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't matter to them.
It is a guaranteed sell.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is a guaranteed sell, just like Madden is, just
Right.
like FIFA is.
Just like NBA 2K is.
2K is,
and
yeah.
they can make a terrible, terrible game.
Right. Doesn't matter. People are there for the platform, which leads us to the point where inevitably, I feel like this is going to happen. We're going to get to a point where people realize the quality continues to go down or stays stagnant. And they're going to say, why am I buying another brand new game for $70? The sales are going to decrease enough to get to this apex point
Apex.
where people are going to go, or the developers themselves and the studios, or the publishers, I mean, are going to say, it's worth it for us to make Call of Duty and make it a platform at that point.
Yeah.
And then we can make it like GTA Online, just continue to support it, add more levels, add more challenges, add some like, multiplayer co-op levels, storyline stuff. Every year we're going to have a new thing. You can get the the expansion packs and whatnot and do it that way.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be the future. I don't see a future where we continue with these yearly or semi-annually release games.
There's not.
It's not going to happen.
It's unsustainable.
Yeah.
Once we got to Advanced and Infinite Warfare, and then they were like, we got to take a step back and like reevaluate things. And then what their idea was to just reboot the series and start over.
Yeah.
At that point is when I think most people realized, or should have realized anyway, that like, oh, they've run out of ideas.
Yeah.
And all they're going to do is take that thing that we all love.
Do it again.
Yeah. And again, it's partly not their fault. When you base your entire industry around American warfare and you don't even touch other countries. Because here's the thing. There's a wealth of other
conflicts and countries
Exactly.
who are in conflicts. Yeah.
See, and all of this, I will readily...
to be fair, Call of Duty does touch on British and goes more multinational in the World War II ones where you're like in Australia and Africa and things like that.
Yeah. But that's one game. Out of all these games,
Sure.
they did it, what, twice?
Yeah.
That they stepped outside of the box.
Well, all of Modern Warfare is generally focused on both the British and American forces.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
What is stopping them from making a game based around Japanese soldiers? What is stopping them from basing games around
War
like,
crimes?
War crimes? Well, I mean, they're video games.
Yeah.
I guess
well,
if you had like an American studio making a game based around a bunch of Japanese people and like Japanese people weren't involved or whatever. I mean, obviously there's a ton of conflicts. I
want to say real quick, the reason I made that face was because America did a lot of war crimes too.
Oh yeah.
We just won.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
The point that I'm making basically is like there's only so many things that you could base around American warfare. It's only been a couple hundred years of like conflict that you can modern
semi-modern
that you could put into video games.
Even with Battlefield doing a World War I game, like I know I was a little like it's slow. Like,
after a while it kind of sucks. I'm done with these like these old ass just no scopes, just
not even
just bullshit ass. It's like it doesn't work for video games. Create new narratives, real like different stories. Why did everything have to be based around something that happened? Like just create new shit.
Well, I think
they're very creatively bankrupt right now.
Yeah,
and they're just pulling from.
It's only because these things have worked for so long, and the core mechanics have worked for so long, and there are a lot of people who are focused solely on the mechanical feel of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Because again, nothing quite feels like Call of Duty. They have
it's the best feeling game.
They have the first-person shooter genre in a chokehold.
Yeah,
as far as feel,
down to a science. It's
right.
It's the best playing game.
Yeah. So my only thought here is that they completely revamp while keeping Call of Duty as a platform. They revamp into a side project in which they try to reinvent what the first-person shooter is.
That's a tougher task than what
It sure is, and it's going to take some chutzpah. But I think that you know, the people who make Call of Duty have enough bankroll, have enough influence, have the name credentials to do it.
But do they have the desire?
Not until it's financially feasible for them to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah. Because if you're making a game around the Gulf War,
Yeah.
dude, my dad went out there, popped back before lunch.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what are we doing?
It wasn't like that's the thing with Black Ops specifically. I assume we're going to see some you know, secretive missions that happen that we don't know about.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be one of those
Shit.
clandestine stuff. So that's what I expect, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm curious to see what they do with it. I, for one, am more of a Black Ops guy than a Modern Warfare guy.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm interested, but I wouldn't say excited.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it is what it is. It's more Call of Duty.
I haven't been excited about a Call of Duty game probably since Warzone was introduced.
Yeah.
Since then, I've been like, just make more content for Warzone.
Sure.
I like the cool shit that they do in Warzone.
Yeah.
The different modes and stuff that they put in that. I like that. The DMZ stuff and,
Yeah.
you know, the extraction games and shit like that. That's fun.
I did play the new Zombies mode, which is definitely influenced by that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun. It's cool. It's interesting. It's different than what it used to be.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what
Yes.
happens. All right. Well, we're here at the
Christmas
end.
time
It's time for
is
some
here.
Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Let's. This is the Christmas episode after all.
Yeah.
And so let's just get into some Christmas stuff.
Okay.
You know? Do you wanna reveal what this is before? Is it worth revealing now, or I don't know what you wanted to do with
Well,
this.
I need no introduction here, okay? Like, I planned on doing this before you said it.
All right, do it up, man.
And I want to say to start the Christmas spirit correctly.
That's right. Shake it up. That is what I think it is.
We have some Coquito.
What a life! Oh, what a time to be alive!
So I made it mostly non-dairy,
It's fine.
but I couldn't find the evaporated coconut milk, so I used regular milk.
Okay.
Or condensed. Excuse me.
Okay. Can your body even handle this?
I have 2 lactates on me. My last 2, mind you. And
Oh
I'm-
man.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
going to,
man. Oh man. No man.
I'm gonna go in for this specific beverage of the holidays. If you don't know, my friends,
He's Puerto Rican.
Coquito is a.
If you didn't know.
It's a.
If you don't know, my friends, I'm Puerto Rican.
Obesius is Puerto Rican. Yeah, it's a special drink. It's coconut and milk based, essentially.
Same as me.
And yeah, you get some cinnamon.
Cinnamon? Cinnamon.
Cinema. And it's essentially Puerto Rican eggnog. So, there you have it.
Just pour that milk, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 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 oh. Boom, boom. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And it is a tradition to have around the holidays. So, let me take my Body of Christ.
Body of Christ.
Here, here.
So happy.
I have a secret touch that I'm not gonna exploit for everyone out there, but everyone has their own specific recipe, and I'm pretty happy about this year's.
Okay. Let's exchange these gifts.
Oh yeah.
All right here.
Oh, I feel like you got me a dry erase board.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny to just just flip it around and be like, maybe you'll just draw on it, create your own gift.
Let's see. Let me do mine first because it's so burly.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, it's awesome!
Oh, that's sick.
Right?
Oh,
Yes.
that's so cool.
Japanese Darth Vader.
That is so cool.
Love it. Thank you.
Oh, I love that.
I'll be completely honest with you. I wanted to get you the Lego TIE Fighter. I saw how much it was. And I was like, I can't.
I told you.
I know you
so
did. I
expensive.
know. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll just get it for him. And I was
No.
like, ugh. I threw up when I saw it.
Yeah, me too. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
It's beautiful. We will get this bad boy hung. You have to read the little note. Oh shit! You have to read the little note on the outside.
Heard. Hone your skills, chef. Merry Christmas. From Adam. Hone your skills. Oh, shit. No way.
It's not the Brad Leone one. I did the same thing when I saw the price of that one, but you know this should get you started. At least.
Oh, my God, dude. This is sick.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Give her a look-see.
Oh, look at that. Oh, my God. Thank you, man.
Yeah. make that a spatchcock chicken or whatnot.
I'm going to be cleaving like a motherfucker.
Hack at it.
Oh, shit. Dude, this is awesome. And it comes with its own sheath. Look at that.
It does. Yeah. From China.
China.
Chinese.
Oh, this is sick.
Yeah.
This is so sick. He's such a good gift giver. It's crazy. It's not even a competition, man. It's so good at this.
I listened. You know?
Thank you.
Of course.
Appreciate this.
Of course.
I love you.
I love you too. I hope that it helps you with your Christmas dinner.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I wanted to give it to you before Christmas.
Oh, I got the recipe for pepper pot and garlic pork too. So
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be making a boatload, as much as I can make in the kitchen. So I'm gonna have that for.
Will you make a mild version?
So pepper pot's not super spicy. It's not inherently
It's not
spicy.
spicy, yeah.
It's
spice, but not spicy.
yeah. It's more of just like a savory umami thing than it is spicy. It's
You have no idea.
oh yeah, it's gonna rock your socks. It's gonna rock your socks, Bubba. Ugh, I don't need this. I don't need that part of the box.
Yeah.
All right. I want to cook right now. I want to just cut. Just want to just fucking
Hack stuff.
spatchcock. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep. Spatch that cock.
Spatch that cock. Spatchcock. All right. We can just talk Christmas stuff. You know?
Okay.
Christmas cheer
Yeah.
and Christmas jeer.
Jeer. Oh.
You know, we're Christmas jeering.
We're
You know what I'm
jeering.
saying?
What's your least favorite part of Christmas?
Least favorite part of Christmas. First thing that comes to mind is other people's attitude toward Christmas. That is probably my least favorite part about Christmas. Christmas is if you take away all of the pagan and religious, like
Sure.
all that stuff, like obviously the what it is and the connotations and its history and all that stuff, there's obviously like a lot of negatives there. But if we're talking about just pure American capitalist
Yeah.
Christmas spirit,
Our Christmas in 2023.
yeah, just the idea of you're with people that you love, you want to get them something nice so that they feel loved.
Yeah.
And your attitude towards that is like, I hate Christmas.
Bah,
Christmas is
humbug.
the Grinches and the that guy.
What? Who? Oh, Scrooge?
Scrooge.
Ebenezer
I couldn't
Scrooge?
think of his name.
That guy?
That guy, you know. The people who are like that, who base their personality around like, oh, I don't like the holidays. I'm just like, I don't get it, man. I mean,
Yeah.
all right, your life. Maybe
Look, I
just
get-
don't do holidays with your family.
I
okay,
get that the holidays are a hard time for a lot of people. and
I
it makes perfect sense. Like everything is.
I
like,
understand that too, but when it's people who are in, like I've talked to people who just don't like the holidays, and it's like, why? Oh, it's the music and it's
corny.
It's the fake positivity and it's corny and stuff. It's not that people struggle with, not having family around,
feeling
and stuff.
lonely.
It's not that. It's people who have families. It's people who are around their families during the holidays. It's people who enjoy all of the other stuff that comes with it.
Yeah.
But the spirit of Christmas, they don't like the music. They don't like when people get pissed when Christmas music starts getting played too early.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, it's early November and we're already hearing Christmas music. It's like, bro, relax.
It's okay. It's all right.
Christmas music.
It's
fucks.
It's a month.
I like Christmas music.
It's a month. It's a month. That's
it's
it.
it's a month.
Yeah.
All you got to do is deal with it for a month. Once we're into January, do you think that they're still playing Last
No.
Christmas?
No, it's over.
It stops immediately.
It's over.
It's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Just deal with it.
Yeah.
And again, not for nothing, Christmas music is the best holiday music. It's the most diverse. You can do anything with it. You
Sure.
can make sad Christmas music. You can make classic big band Christmas music,
I will
rap
say-
songs,
I will
pop
say,
songs.
I think it's only because the sheer volume of Christmas songs.
That's because it's so easy to
it's
do.
the most.
so,
It's the most sung upon holiday.
yeah.
I, for one, wish there were more Halloween songs. I think if we had more Halloween songs, I think it would give it a run for its money. Personally,
Yeah. All right.
because the ones we already have,
They're
fuck.
great. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. What's your least favorite thing about Christmas?
I think my least favorite thing about Christmas time is I stop doing Run DMC.
That's a great song.
Featured in Die Hard.
Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom, that's when I
Something,
found
something,
out.
something, and
My
collard
mom was
greens.
making chicken and collard greens.
right.
I didn't know what Hollis, Queens was. I didn't know that
Oh.
was a place
Yeah,
until I heard that song.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
teaching, they just learn something new
it's
every
good.
day.
It's good.
You know?
I think my least favorite thing about Christmas is the war against Christmas. No, I'm just kidding. The fact you can't say Merry Christmas anymore.
The war on Christmas.
No, I think it's probably. I mean, it has more to do with location than anything else. For me, I hate that Christmas in Florida is always warmer than you'd like.
Yeah, agreed.
We never have a white Christmas.
Nope.
We never. I mean, generally, it's usually like ironically hot on Christmas.
Yeah.
Like it like I think the past 2 years has been like in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. We've had a few nice
Like early summertime hot.
we had
December.
yeah we've had a few nice days. Well, I'd say weeks actually. This December where it's been a bit cooler. We've gotten down to like the 40s, which is nice for the season.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish I lived in a place that it would snow, or it would at least be cold enough to have to wear like a parka, and like you really feel like you need to get cozy for this season.
Yeah.
Because in Florida, and I know that's why a lot of people come down from up north to come to Florida and other, like more tropical areas, is to avoid that kind of stuff. But as someone who's lived here forever, I wish I could have a traditional Christmas morning where it's like snowy out, everyone's bundled up, you got the fireplace going. I've always desired that, and I know it's because I've just never had it, and I know there's lots of downsides to that as well.
Well,
But
as an adult, there is.
Sure.
Now you would have to deal with a lot of stuff. As a
Yeah,
kid, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's everything that you dreamed it is. Everything that you've seen on TV, that's exactly what it is.
yeah,
Sometimes we'd get gifts where it was like snow clothes to go out in the snow.
yeah,
It was
go
awesome.
play.
Yeah, it was great. I talked to Salfi, singer of the lead song
course.
of the theme song.
Of course.
And he lives in Ohio, right?
Yeah.
And he, as an adult, has to, when it comes around to this time, has to put chains on his tires or
Yeah.
get all-wheel drive cars,
Yeah.
scrape snow
Shovel
and
out,
all kinds
yeah.
of bullshit that you have to do, right?
Yep.
We don't have to deal with that. So there's that one thing.
Yeah.
But when you're a kid and you're growing up in I lived in Germany and Maryland, so like those Christmases were like exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And you have no care in the world.
Yeah.
School gets shut down. You get your presents, immediately go outside, and it's snowball fights and forts and all kinds of cool shit. I
go sledding.
Find a big hill and you could just no bullshit, but like using the top of a garbage can.
Yeah, you slide down like crazy.
Yeah, we would do shit like that.
I was able to do that once in Chicago. That's it.
Yeah.
great.
Anybody who's never had that experience, I do feel sorry for you. I do truly feel sorry for you especially if you were born and raised in Florida and never even got to travel outside of the state around Christmas time or winter time.
The crunch of the snow under your boots.
I used to pretend that I was Super Mario because the snow suit that I had was like just overalls. It was just big red overalls.
Nice.
And I would pretend that I was Super. There's no bullshit. I would pretend that I was Mario. And man, you can't beat shit like that.
Yeah,
you can't beat shit like that. All right, favorite thing about the holidays.
Favorite thing about the holidays is, I mean, I hate to be so basic right now, but like the food, man. I love that we get a second crack at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like whatever went wrong this year in Thanksgiving, we can correct now.
Yeah.
And there's less pressure because it's less of like a food specific holiday. I mean, obviously food's expected, but it's not focused on the turkey, you know? So I love the fact that you're given a second chance for Christmas to like get it right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love being able to like having another excuse so soon to have everyone back together and share a bunch of like good holiday dishes.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's funny because that's I never really thought about it like that, like a second chance at getting Thanksgiving
it's
right.
do-over.
But it really is. That's really funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I think mine's the food too.
Fat
fucks. It really is like it's such a beautiful thing. I mean, food is this beautiful exchange of like cultures.
Let me
and
top you up on
ideas.
your cream,
please. And it's just this. It's one of the only times, one of the only holidays. It's basically Thanksgiving and Christmas where you get this thing of a lot of this is based around like, let me cook something for you guys.
Yeah.
That shows you how much I love you. Right.
A labor of love.
Yeah. When most other holidays, there are dishes that are like, towards that holiday, but
sure.
Basically Thanksgiving and Christmas are
the big ones.
Yeah. And I mean, it just never fails. Like everybody just puts their best foot forward and really fucking goes in, and you just eating. You don't eat better than Christmas.
No,
I don't think there's any other meal better than when somebody's slaving in the kitchen on Christmas.
Yeah.
This is so good, man.
I agree, and I think that's exactly why. It's because like you've had time to beta test your dish. Because it's usually not very different than Thanksgiving, It's pretty similar.
Yeah.
I think my mom this year is doing another turkey. Some people do a ham.
Yeah, we do a ham usually.
Yeah.
Big old Christmas ham.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Big old Christmas rum ham.
Rum ham. I will say, for the first time this year, I'm doing my I'm trying to think of what the name. What's the name? What's the name of it?
Did you say pork shoulder?
I'm doing a pork shoulder.
Okay. Were you looking for a different name there?
I was. No, I'm just blanking right now. No, it's the Puerto Rican name for it. It's the
lechonera.
Nope, not lechonera. That's where they sell the pork shoulder. It is a.
I tried.
It's not tostones.
Well, you're the only Hispanic person here, so don't know what to tell you. We can't help you.
Well, give me 1 second. Pernil.
Pernil.
I'm making my first pernil, which clearly I need work with because I didn't remember the name.
Didn't even remember the name.
But I'm gonna give it my best.
Give it your all.
And I'll let you know how it turns out.
Oh, I can't wait.
I've been reading a book about the history of Puerto Rico, and it's made me more patriotic to Puerto Rico.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
So,
And it's a year first. I'm doing the pepper pot. You're doing the pernil. That's awesome.
We're reaching into our roots, you know.
Yeah. I think at some point you get to that age where you're like, if I don't do this now, I'm never going to do this. These two dishes for me, garlic pork and pepper pot, like if I don't learn how to do them soon, they'll just be lost to the ether. You know, it's just be I'll be a Guyanese person that can't make these dishes, and it's like, well, who am I? Really?
I do feel that pressure too, actually, because it's like you start getting perspective in your 30s where you're like, no one's lasting forever, man. We gotta keep this thing going somehow.
Yeah, and it's not like your auntie is gonna like write it down and just be like, please do this. You have to. Right. If you don't show that interest, they're just gonna be like, I guess they don't want to know how to make this thing.
Well, actually, a good thing that Sherry got for my mom this year, and she won't hear this podcast until after Christmas. Yeah. But she got my mom a cookbook, but for her to fill in the recipes. It's a blank cookbook.
Oh, that's such a cute idea!
It's customized, and the bottom it says Nancy's recipes.
That's so sweet.
So yeah,
oh,
so
that's
that'll be
such
good.
a good gift.
It's really a gift for me, technically.
Right? Yeah.
But I think she'll appreciate being able to put down like her mom's
Nancy's
recipes.
Gifts.
You know,
or recipes. Nancy's recipes. That's.
So I think that'll be good.
Just have her write it all down and then publish it. You know, it'll just be called Nancy's recipes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah.
All right. What else? Christmas. Best or favorite and least favorite Christmas songs. I mean, we talked about Christmas music. There are good ones and there are bad ones.
Yeah. Yeah. There are.
It's okay to not like all Christmas music.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's okay to not like Christmas music at all. I'm definitely a person. Hell, I made a Christmas album. I am not a person that is. Don't come to me with your like, oh, Christmas music stuff. Well, I don't even know if that was a real sentence. Christmas
sucks.
Music sucks.
I knew we were going with
takes.
That.
Yeah. Don't come to me with those takes because I am fully against that idea. Christmas music is great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. I agree.
You know? I said Last Christmas at Rob's party.
Mm-hmm. As your favorite?
I was wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's This Christmas. Donny Hathaway.
Oh,
that's my favorite Christmas song.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
a good one.
I fucked up. I said Last Christmas, which I love.
Yeah.
Wham's Last Christmas, but This Christmas. Donny Hathaway.
Christmas.
That's my favorite Christmas song. It's a beautiful, beautiful song.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm looking through this list according to timeout.com.
Mm-hmm. What's at the bottom?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what's the worst of their of their list.
I don't know. Never even heard that.
Nope.
Christmas Vacation by Mavis Staples.
Mavis Staples. Oh, Staples sister. That
Dominic
down low.
the Donkey?
Dominic the Donkey.
Hey, it's on this list.
Hey.
Great. Dominic the Donkey.
You Italians out there know what we're talking about.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. The Ramones. Merry Christmas, parentheses, I don't want to fight tonight.
Yeah.
Every I mean, it's just the emotions that Christmas can bring out.
Yeah.
When you write a song about Christmas. Wonderful Christmas Time, simply.
By Diana Ross, though. A cover.
Did she really cover this?
She did, yeah.
I Wish It Was Christmas Today. Julian Casablancas covering the SNL song. Mm-hmm. Also one of my favorites. Love that shit. I Wish It Was Christmas Today is a great song.
Yeah,
they do it they used to do it every year, and it was Fallon, Tracy Morgan, Horatio Sands, and the guy who did he was big in the 90s with Will Ferrell, the little guy,
Chris Kattan.
Chris Kattan's in it too, and they all just play different instruments, and then it's just Horatio sings, and they all just it's a really silly song, but it's great.
Yeah.
I wish it was Christmas today. I wish it was Christmas today.
I think he actually did it at the parade this year.
Really?
I think so.
Horatio Sands?
No. Jim Fallon.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon. Oh, okay, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Julian is a big SNL fan.
I thought you were going to say Christmas fan.
I don't know if he's a Christmas fan, but Julian Casablancas, the lead singer of The Strokes, did, so. "'Tis the Damn Season" by Taylor
Well,
Swift.
we skipped a couple. We have "Hey Sis, It's Christmas" by RuPaul. "Christmas Will Be Really Christmas" by Lou Rawls.
Oh, okay.
"'Tis the Damn Season" by Taylor Swift.
Is that actually on that album?
I don't think so.
"'Tis the Damn Season." Did she write that? Who cares?
Yeah, I don't really care. "The Power of Love" by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. What?
Power of Love? That's a Christmas song?
I only know "The Power of Love" by
Celine
Celine
Dion.
Dion.
This is the power of love.
Oh, 'cause I'm your lady.
That's yeah. I don't think
That
that's
song's called "The Power of Love."
It's called Power of Love.
not "The Power of Love." It's a very different song.
The Power of Love that I know is
Yeah, from Back to the Future.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The 80s.
"What Will Santa Claus Say When He Finds Everybody Swinging" by Louis Prima.
Is Santa Claus Jesus and is swinging fucking?
I think so. It's specifically having sex with other people. "Mary's Boy Child" by Harry Belafonte.
All right.
Don't know that
Harry.
one. "What Christmas Means to Me" by Stevie Wonder.
That's great.
Why is it 48?
Should be higher.
Should be higher.
Should be higher.
"Santa Claus is Sometimes Brown."
Oh,
Okay. By Robert Lopez of
All right.
LA punk outfit The Zeros.
hell yeah.
That sounds awesome. I respect it. 46 is "Christmas Will Break Your Heart" by LCD Sound System.
That's also a good song. Didn't think that
Yeah.
it was going to make this list, though.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. They
Yeah.
just dropped it on Christmas.
Well, because they had already broken up, and then they
Yeah.
were like, "Here's a Christmas song."
Yeah, like,
and we were
all
like,
right.
"What the fuck?" And they dropped it on Facebook.
Right.
That was fun. That was a fun time to think like they were actually going to get back together.
Yeah.
And then they did and put out an okay album.
Yeah. And then it was fine.
It was fine.
Merry Xmas, Everybody by Slade. Just Like Christmas by Low.
Ooh.
Christmas in Harlem by Kanye
Oh,
West.
wow, they put
featuring
that on
Cameron,
there?
Jim Jones, Vado, Sci-Hi, The Prince, and Pusha T.
Christmas in Harlem. I mean, as much as I have to, Kanye's canceled, but Christmas in Harlem is it's a great song.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas in Harlem, right after autumn falls. It's great. It's a great song. Hate how much I love that song.
Yeah. Glittery,
Cameron and Jim Jones absolutely annihilate on that.
Glittery by Casey Musgraves. In Dulce Jubilo by Mike Oldfield.
Cool.
Mike Oldfield's awesome. I respect it. 2,000 Miles by The Pretenders.
Wait, they made another one? Is that a sequel to
I
500 Miles?
I think it has to be, right? Yeah. Dear Santa, Bring Me a Man This Christmas by The Weather Girls.
Hell yeah.
River by Joni Mitchell if you want to get really sad.
Beautiful song.
Yeah.
Super sad.
Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Brenda Lee. A lot of people bringing up... I think... Was that the song where she was like 16? Or is that a different song?
I thought that was... Is that not the song where it's like date rapey?
No.
No, isn't... No?
Anyway.
No, it's the one where it's like, "Baby, please come." Or is that a different?
Baby, Please Come Home?
You know,
No, the one where he's... It's a duet and he's like...
it's different though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like
That's
the...
also
Maybe
rapey.
it's cold out.
Baby, it's
Baby,
cold outside.
Yeah, that one.
Baby, it's cold outside.
You can't get away. It's cold outside.
Stay right here.
It's entrapment.
That,
I put something in your drink.
that's not entrapment.
No, it's not entrapment.
No.
No, that's a different thing. That's a different.
Entrapment's
that's
a law thing. Like, you get somebody to do a crime because you set it up for them. 36 is O Come, O Come, Emmanuel by Sufjan Stevens.
I've not heard that.
He has a Christmas album.
He does?
He does, yeah.
Oh.
Father Christmas by the Kinks.
Nice.
This is nice. Underneath the Tree by Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
Good song.
Yeah. Is That You, Santa Claus by Louis Armstrong. Looks like he's having a great time on that album
He's
cover.
always having a great time.
Just happy to be there.
Anyway.
Yeah. Peace on Earth / Little Drummer Boy by Bing Crosby and David Bowie.
Okay, so this was the song that we were talking about the
You
other
guys
night.
mentioned it, yeah.
Because I personally don't like Bing Crosby. I don't. I mean, I get it. I get why people like Bing Crosby. I get the voice and I get the whole thing, but this doesn't do anything for me. But Rob brought up this duet with David Bowie, and I was like, I have to concede that Peace on Earth / Little Drummer Boy is a great Christmas song.
Yeah. 8 Days of Christmas by Destiny's Child. O Tannenbaum by Vince Gilardi Trio.
I mean, that Destiny's Child song is like crazy high on this list.
It's really high. It's super high.
What is Timeout's credentials for judging these Christmas
Couldn't
songs?
tell you, but they're high on SEO, and that's what matters. Run Rudolph Run by Chuck Berry. Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto by James Brown.
Cool.
Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande at number 27.
Again,
what?
high. Very high.
Blue Christmas by Elvis Presley. Do They Know It's Christmas by Band-Aid. Christmas in Hollis gets number 24 by Run DMC. Christmas Rapping by The Waitresses is number 23. 22 is Merry Christmas Baby by Ike and Tina Turner. 21 is Step Into Christmas by Elton John. 20 is I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day by Wizard with 2 Z's. Happy Christmas War is Over by John Lennon and Yoko Ono. And number 19. 18 is Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms.
Right.
17 is Frosty the Snowman by the Coquito Twins. What?
Wow.
They did a cover of Frosty the Snowman?
Had no idea.
All right, we got to listen to that one. 16, another Destiny's Child song. 8 Days of Wait, 8 Days of Christmas again?
No, there's something wrong here. There's no way that it showed up on this list twice. No, it's got to be a glitch. If it's the same exact write-up, then it's just a fuck up on the.
With an injection of sass and unabashed materialism, Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle turned a cozy old holiday favorite into a bumping
This
R&B.
just one's shorter than the first write-up.
It is. It's not the same. It's not the same. Have we been fooled?
We've been bamboozled. Wait.
Oh.
I don't get it.
Unbelievable. Well, anyway.
That's weird.
Let's finish this ride. Sleigh Ride by the Ronettes. Christmas Rappin' by Curtis Blow.
That's good.
Yeah. Driving Home for Christmas by Chris Ray. Wonderful Christmas Time.
I'll go
McCartney.
to bat for Wonderful Christmas Time. I think it's a great song. Rob hates it. I think it's fantastic.
Which is funny because you generally hate Paul McCartney's like whimsical songs. Yeah. Why is this one different? Because it's that. Like, it is unabashedly that.
But I'm not supposed to be listening to this on like Let It Be or the White Album and going, this is high art. It's a corny Christmas song, and that's fine for what it is. But when you got like fucking Rocket Raccoon or whatever the fuck that song is, it's Rocky Raccoon.
Rocky Raccoon, yeah.
And I'm supposed to go like, oh, this is a high achievement and art, and they're like, the Beatles cannot be surpassed. Do ba dee do la da. Put a fucking bullet in my brain. That's bullshit.
Life goes on, eh?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the difference. If this was on any of the Beatles albums and they were like, this is a high watermark for the Beatles, then I would be like, that's bullshit. Get the fuck out of my face. Okay. But look at his dumb face. The whole thing is dumb, and that's why it's fun.
He's barely smiling. It's like,
yeah. Even he knows. Even he's like kind of half-assing it.
yeah.
And that's what I like about it. It's just a dumb song. There's barely any lyrics. There's barely any instrumental.
Yeah.
It's super easy to play.
Yeah. But catchy. Yeah.
It's all get out.
Rock Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee.
Again. That's twice for that song, too.
Yeah, and it says on this write-up that she was 13 years old. So I think that's what I was thinking about.
That's the one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Coquito's already coming back.
Number 10 is Child's Christmas in Wales by John Cale. Number 9 is Stay Another Day by East 17. Never heard of them. Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Jackson 5.
That's a good choice.
Yeah. Baby's Cold Outside, Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano.
I mean, that honestly could be top 3 and not 3.
Yeah.
Feliz Navidad is it's a banger of a Christmas
It sure
song.
is. It sure is.
Dog, they were playing that in the fucking car dealership.
What were you doing in a car dealership?
This was years ago, but it's just like I'm just sitting around and all you hear is "I wanna wish you a merry," and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, man!" The song is awesome.
Number 5 is Christmas, Baby Please Come Home by Darlene Love. I feel like that was already on the list too. Maybe. White Christmas by Bing Crosby.
Yeah, I just don't like that song.
I'm singing my Christmas.
It's like, wake up, old man.
It sounds like you need to listen to it on like one of those wind-up
Yeah.
record players with the horn. Also, Bing Crosby was a terrible person.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. So
you know,
fuck him.
I don't feel bad. Last Christmas by Wham,
There
number
you go.
3.
There you
Yeah,
go.
so that's
Tops.
it's a hitter.
Tops.
It's a hitter. Number 2 is Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues and Christy McCall.
That's cool.
What? All right, I respect it. Number 1 is All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, this Christmas wasn't on there, which I'm really upset about. The fact that they didn't even put Donny Hathaway on there.
Yeah.
Is upsetting. But I will accept All I Want for Christmas Is You as the
number 1.
song.
Yeah. I agree.
And I'm not mad at it.
No, fight it all you want. It's the Christmas song of our generation.
It's a great song.
It is, yeah.
I know that we've heard it a lot. I know that she's made her entire career around it at this point. But that doesn't change the fact that All I Want for Christmas is an amazing song.
Yes, I agree.
All I want for Christmas is you. Everybody knows the whole thing.
I have to pull one of these in yours. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you should have took it out with your mouth if you're going to do all that.
I could if you like. Give it to you right in your mouth. All right.
All right. Let's talk about how we felt about this Dogfish Head and let's get out of here, right?
Okay.
The Dogfish Head, a 120 minute. It's when they just dump and dump and dump hops into this IPA.
Yeah.
And we let it age for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we're cracking it open this year. Obi, what did you think of the 2021 version of the 120 minute IPA?
I mean, it was incredible. It was like, I mean, one of the most interesting IPA experiences I've ever had.
That I will agree with.
Yeah, what can I say? It's hoppy. It still has its hoppiness to it. Still got some hop, but also is like, I feel like the edges are kind of like sawed off of it a bit. I think it's trying to think back about how I thought about the original 120 minute when it was fresh. I think it tasted way more boozy and harsh. And I think aging it kind of makes it lose its teeth a little bit in a good way. I mean, it's definitely still strong, clearly. But
We'll give you that.
But I think in only ways that complement it, and I can't recommend aging this thing enough. For me, it's a 6 out of 6 bottle caps.
Wow.
I love
it. 6 out of 6 bottle caps.
I love it. Yeah.
I'm not going to go that high. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 6. However, I do agree with most of what you said. I think that it changes it so drastically that I'm like, it almost reminds me of more of like a Belgian Abbey Ale.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like really surprised at how much. I guess I shouldn't say how much it changed because I don't know. It's hard to. It'd be fun to have like a fresh one and then this one kind of compare
side by side. Yeah.
But what it actually tastes like, I was amazed at how much it doesn't taste like a traditional, even an Imperial IPA just doesn't taste like it. Doesn't have any of the like super hoppiness or like the that harsh kind of like grapefruity kind of
the bitter bite
of an Imperial IPA. Keeps the booziness, but like you said, kind of softens the edges of it, makes it a little more palatable. I mean, I downed it. I'll tell you that much. It's gone. See that? That's an empty glass for you, baby.
No.
But yeah, 5 out of 6 for me.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You think we got it?
I know we got it.
Well, if Obi says we got it, then that's it for this Christmas episode of this here podcast. Yes. And I say this has been the One Beer In podcast. For myself, Marco Dupa. For Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
Happy holidays.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you. Well, we got one more episode before we get into the new year. Yeah. So we'll see you right before the new year, and we'll talk about some stuff going forward.
Yeah.
Drink delicious beer and have yourself a beautiful evening.
We love you.
Yeah.